I've read many times about constellation. There was a constellation in the past that literal stars, the wise men saw. And the stars they accidentally saw was, it showed the coming of the Messiah. Even scientific journals talk about it. But later I realized in the Bible, there are stars which are the angels from heaven. Star messengers, type of that. So what the wise men saw was not a natural star. Because it's like this, they came from Babylon. If they're gonna walk to Jerusalem, they need a direct direction. That star should not be moving. Example, this is the earth. The earth, if you look at the North Star or Southern Star, they're fixed. Even if the earth is moving. Now, if the earth is moving, east to west pala, no? So, if it is a unnatural star, it will disappear from the sky in a 24-hour period. It will not always be on the, they saw the star from the east. They cannot always see the star if it's a natural star. So that star must be a supernatural star, a star shown, manifested by an angel of God, so that it will always be fixed. So it pointing to Jerusalem. While they are from the east, they're traveling towards the west. They're looking at the star as a guide to where they can reach Jerusalem. It could not be a natural star. It is a supernatural star because a natural star will naturally disappear. It will still move. They will lose their direction. So it took them around 2 years to travel from Babylon to Jerusalem. So that is a supernatural star. Now I'd like to show certain types of that star. The wise men represented the wise virgins. They were pagans. So it's a type of the Gentiles. The Gentile bride. When they went to Jerusalem, the priests knew the prophecy. King Herod inquired about it. But even though the Messiah was born in their own backyard, they were not interested to find out. Only Herod was interested just to kill the baby. So, it took men from far off to look for that Messiah, to look for that king. Let me correct myself. The king of the Jew. To be interested in prophecy from what they read from Daniel's books left there. And his own people, his own kinsmen could not recognize him. His own people couldn't care less. They were busy with their own thing. But they know the prophecy. They had the word. But that word did not benefit them. So, I'd like to type this star to the this star messengers. Whenever we see signs in the sky today, it brings back to the signs that happened in the past. The bride will look for those signs, but there are many people in the world who couldn't care less. It's just an astronomical phenomenon. But some certain scientists know something bad is going to happen to the earth. The bride is preparing herself to go. They're looking at prophecy. I'm talking of type with these wise men. In Daniel chapter 12, the wise shall understand because they are looking at prophecy in the end time. Daniel chapter 12 verse 4. The sign of the end, many shall run to and fro, knowledge shall increase. And if you continue reading, they will be given a sign of the end. Until verse 10, the wicked shall not understand, but the wise shall understand. something is happening in this world. Many are running to and fro. They're afraid of terrorism, but they don't understand what is happening. The world is being prepared for great tribulation that will come. And of course, the redemption of the bride. Now, the type in what happened in time of Christ, the same apathetic attitude the world leaders have today. They're not interested in prophecy, but they're actually killing the Christians. The leaders today, they're crucifying Christ once again with their atheistic attitude. The church today, represented by the world recognized the Catholic Church, even the nominal churches. It's the same in the time of Herod. The political system today, like the time of Herod, recognizes the church. What kind of church? The nominal church on earth. And we see there is a cooperation taking place today with the churches today for what? For just the welfare of the existential world, existential age. They don't aspire any more age to come. They're contented with what they have. They just want to make this world a better place. Even the church have joined hands with the government, the world's government, with the New World Order system to make this world a better place. They don't aspire for something else to come. But the wise men are looking for a king. And Herod looked upon that search by the wise men as, shall we say, treasonous. It's a treason because he thinks he's going to be replaced as a king. One day, in the tribulation period, when the two prophets come on the scene, the final fulfillment of Malachi 4:5-6, they will look upon their message as treasonous against the world peace, against the world system, because they will have a prophecy when we talk about the blood moon. They're going to talk about the blood moon in Acts chapter 2. In the time of the two prophets, when their prophecy will immediately take place as a judgment on the earth, they will look upon these two prophets as terrorists against the world peace. This will be a worldwide phenomenon compared to what happened the time of Christ, when Herod looked upon what the wise men have been looking for as treasonous. Of course, he's pretending to want to worship the child, but actually he's going to kill the child. In the ministry of the two prophets, they will be killed. They will be representing Jesus Christ. And we look at the news today, there are many terrorists, right? The world is getting into trouble. But we never realize, as the whole world gets scared of those terrorists, the government will become a big brother to search out those terrorists. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong is this: when the two prophets come on the scene, the bride will be taken out. What will be looked upon as terrorists are the believers of the two prophets. The believers of the two prophets are the 144,000, and those who were left behind, the foolish virgins who would have realized they've been left behind, who would have wised up, who would have repented from what they've done. And they would be the one considered as terrorists, and they will be hunted down. Similar to what Herod would be doing, would have tried to do in hunting down the Christ child. So, this is a type from what happened in the past, the sign from the heavens. It's a supernatural sign. The star they saw is like a star messenger in every age. The bride is looking for the message in every age. And in this last age, the last of that star, it will be the sign of the end, the sign of the same typology of what I